Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about how our church is using technology to engage members coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. So on this channel, we are constantly talking about social media, technology, and church growth. And so specifically in this video, one of the things we want to do is we want to talk about how churches are using technology to engage members. So I'm going to share 6 different ways to use technology, and I'll be breaking them down step by step to show you exactly how you can use these at your church. So let's dive in. All right, so number 1, the church online platform. Now, I think almost everybody knows what this is now because of COVID-19, and we were all stuck at home, and all of us were kind of panicking to figure out live streaming and how we were gonna engage members. This is one of the number 1 ways. So the church online platform was built by Craig Rochelle and the team at Life Church. It's absolutely 100% free, and it's one of the easiest ways that I found to actually start live streaming. So if you guys haven't live streamed, or if you're only live streaming on Facebook or YouTube right now and you're not currently happy with your live streaming provider, I would definitely recommend taking a look at the church online platform. One of my favorite things is that they also have a really incredible chat feature, so that while you are streaming your services, even if you guys are meeting in person now, you can actually engage with people who are watching the live stream, and you can actually chat in real time in the comments while watching the video. So very, very cool and a great way to engage your members. All right, next up, Zoom. Now, Zoom is kind of funny because I think most people in the church world had no idea what Zoom was before the coronavirus. But now it's just become kind of a part of our daily lives, right? Like, how many Zoom meetings were you on while you were still locked at home? Or how many webinars did you attend via Zoom, right? This has kind of become a household piece of technology and a great way for us to connect with people. So here are a couple of different ways you can use Zoom to engage your members at your church. A lot of churches are using Zoom for online Bible studies, but I've also seen a lot of churches using this for online small groups as well. In some parts of the country, people are still locked down, or there's still a lot of people who are nervous even with the vaccine. And so this is a great way to be able to engage with people and still create community, but all while doing it from the comfort of your own home. And here's the other thing I really like about this, right? If the coronavirus has showed us one thing, it's that the local church doesn't have to be local anymore, right? With live streams, with technology, there could be people who call your church home but live on the other side of the world, right? There could be soldiers in Afghanistan, or there could be people all the way across the country who watch your sermons every single week and can even be involved in an online small group and still be able to attend and give and call your church their home. So I think this is a really cool benefit of everything that we've kind of learned during COVID. And so Zoom is a great way to be able to create those online small groups. So a friend of mine who pastors a church in California that runs typically about 100 people, he actually uses Zoom to do an online membership class. And so the cool thing was, the very first time he did this, he did it over Zoom. He just did the normal membership class that he would run people through in person. He actually did it on Zoom on a Saturday morning during COVID, right? And so the cool thing is, he literally just invited all the people who'd been live streaming the service and who'd been connecting with them via Facebook over the last couple of weeks. And so that church of 100 people had 12 new members at the very first online membership class using Zoom. So pretty cool. He started doing that a couple of times a month, and every single time he had new people joining the church through Zoom. So if you haven't considered something like this, this might be a great way, again, for people that might not be able to show up in person, but they can still go through membership class and join your church through a Zoom meeting. And finally, one of my favorite ways to use Zoom is for a Bible study. Now, we actually started doing this at my church, and it kind of blew up, right? So we just decided to start doing it on a Monday night at 6 o'clock so that men from all over could jump on the Zoom, and my pastor could just share a word specifically created just for men, right? And so using Zoom, we didn't know exactly how it would work, but the crazy thing is, we've had between 75 and 100 men who have showed up to that Zoom call every single week for the last year, right? So if you guys aren't doing this, this is, again, just a great way to be able to engage some of the members in your church and do some type of a Bible study, a men's Bible study, a women's Bible study. Your youth pastor could even do a youth Bible study, and you could power all of it through Zoom. All right, number 3, Facebook. Now, I cover what to post on Facebook and how to run Facebook ads in a lot of my other videos. So in this video, I specifically want to talk about some of the other ways that churches are using Facebook to actually grow their church and engage their members. So one of the most popular ways is to create a Facebook group. A Facebook group has become kind of the new front door or the front porch of their church. You can run a Facebook ad, or you can just simply invite people online who are attending your live stream to come check out and join your Facebook group. Then they get a chance to kind of get to know you, to get to build community and build relationship with some of the other people in the church. And it's a really easy, simple way to kind of lower the barrier of entry for people to get to know you and your church before they ever set foot inside your actual church. So Facebook group is a great way to foster community and to be able to connect with people. I've also been a big fan of chatbots. Now, I know chatbots can sound a little bit intimidating. It's kind of one of those words like, what the crap is a chatbot, right? Kind of like the cloud when it came out years ago. Nobody knew what the cloud was or where it was or how exactly it worked, right? Chatbots are kind of that same thing. But chatbots are the future of ministry. I'm telling you, this is one of the most powerful tools that I have seen in years. In fact, I've actually been helping churches for the last 18 months use chatbots to attract new visitors. And we've had over 7,000 families sign up to visit a church using chatbots. So if you're not using chatbots right now, this is definitely a great thing to kind of dive into and at least learn about, because this is going to be the future. So if you're not currently using chatbots, I definitely recommend checking them out. You can head over to manychat.com and actually take a look at how you can use chatbots for ministry and some of the different things there. But I'm telling you, chatbots are going to be huge in the next couple of years on both Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about chatbots, we actually went in depth about them. So you can click on the link in the description below and actually go check out that video to learn a little bit more about chatbots and how to use them for church. So before I get to my last couple of points, if you like this video, just send this video over to someone who needs to see it. All right, number 4, Instagram. I think most churches out there have accepted that Instagram is just one of the platforms that you have to be on, but there's a lot of different ways that you can use Instagram, and it's got 1 billion people on it, right? So there's 2.7 billion people on Facebook. There's another 1 billion people on Instagram. So between those two platforms, that's 3.7 billion people. That's over half the world. So Instagram is simply too big to ignore. So let's talk about a couple of different ways that you can use Instagram to be able to engage members. All right, the first way is post. And if you are currently on Instagram, this is probably what you're doing already, and you're just posting organically to your Instagram account. The second way that you can use this is with Instagram ads. And because Facebook owns Instagram, the way that you create Instagram ads is literally in the Facebook Ads Manager. So if you've ever created a Facebook ad before, this is super simple. You can go to facebook.com/ads manager, and you can either set up an ad that runs on Facebook and Instagram, or you can set up an Instagram only ad, but you have to do it on Facebook. So go to facebook.com/ads manager and set up your first Instagram ad if you're not currently doing it, because it's really, really powerful. And then finally, one of my favorite ways right now is with Instagram stories. Now, it's pretty interesting. Mark Zuckerberg actually tried to buy Snapchat years ago. So he literally went and offered $3 billion for Snapchat, and they turned him down, which was a smart move for Snapchat. So Mark Zuckerberg just decided to build all of those core features into Instagram. So that's how Instagram Stories was born. Here's kind of an interesting caveat about Instagram Stories. Most millennials, the way that they get ready in the morning is they literally pull up their phone, they prop it up against the mirror, and then they literally just click on Instagram Stories and they let it play while they're getting ready. So they're sitting there doing their hair, doing their makeup, brushing their teeth, and they literally just let Instagram Stories go. And that's how they stay connected to their friends. It's how they get news, and it's how they stay up with everything that's going on, right? That might sound a little bit crazy, but I'm telling you, go ask a couple millennials. This is how they get ready in the morning. So a great way to be able to connect with some of the younger members in your church and to be able to attract some new ones is to use Instagram Stories, to find creative ways to use Instagram Stories to connect and attract new visitors. All right, number 5, YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world behind only Google, and it's owned by Google. In fact, most Google searches now contain YouTube videos. So YouTube is a great way to be able to connect with your members. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. YouTube Live is a great option. You can upload a lot of like your sermon series bumpers or your announcement videos. But the most common way is simply to make sure that you are uploading your sermon videos to YouTube every single week. YouTube is different than traditional social media because while Facebook or Instagram or TikTok has a spike whenever you first post and then it dies after a day or two, with YouTube, the longer it lives on the platform, the more social juice it gets, the more views it gets, and the better chance you have to attract new visitors and be able to connect with more people from your church. And finally, number 6, Text in Church. Now, if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you know I am a huge Text in Church fan. I don't work for them, just a huge fan of what Tyler Smith and the Text in Church team are doing over there. So I love this because you can use Text in Church to set up custom groups. So you could set up a group inside of Text in Church for all of your kids volunteers. And then you could set up another one for your worship team. And then maybe another one for all of your parking lot team. And then you can communicate in mass text with everybody through these teams. So you could literally set up one that just has everybody everybody in your database, and you could easily get messages out to talk about baptisms and baby dedications, or maybe let everyone know about your new sermon series that's launching this Sunday, or you can use it to be able to communicate with people that are in those certain groups. So if you want to make sure to let the parking lot ministry know that it's supposed to be raining on Sunday, and to make sure to remember to bring umbrellas or to dress for the rain, you can literally just send one text inside of Text and Church, and it'll go out to that entire group of parking lot ministry people. And for your follow-up system to get new visitors back in the door. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, you can click on the link in the description below and get 90 days of Text and Church absolutely free to try it out for your church. All right, so if you like this video and you found it interesting and you would like to learn more about how to use social media and technology, specifically on how to grow your church, then head on over to churchgrowthagency.com or click on the link in the description below, and we'll see you soon.